Probably.
I mean, I think that's implied.
Are you experienced enough in shipcraft to determine whether a ship will sink or not?
No.
One does look nice, not too expensive.
Possibly, but Hume thinks that if it sails in the harbor, it probably sails well at the Midland Sea. There isn't a lot of difference, as you understand. It's pretty calm.
Yes.
Yeah, we probably don't want the most expensive nor the cheapest ride. So
no, it'd be great to have a
something
small
in
one
between.
that doesn't ask a lot of questions.
Yeah. Smuggler, maybe? If we can find one.
I mean, that's probably hard to find.
Just go up to people and ask, hey, are you a
smuggler?
I would like to take some things to Drakkenhall that should not be asked about. Don't tell the authorities.
Well, I mean, if you give him enough money, they won't ask any questions.
We want to get there, and it would be great too if he would take us along. And if he asks about what we want to do there, it's just work related.
Okay.
That should be ominous enough.
Sure.
You're muttering it while drinking from his sort of wine skin.
Well, drinking more is a good sign for dwarf, isn't it?
Yeah, helps him keep sane.
After scouring the docks, then, to, find a ship meeting your specifications, you come across a pinnace, preparing to set sail for Drakkenhall. The captain, a scruffy man by the name of Cullimore, will greet you and note that he has several bunks free. His ship is a passenger and a mail vessel, but you will have to pay 9 gold pieces each for ship passage, unless you won't be eating. Cullimore notes that food prices have increased this winter, a consequence of the harsh weather.
Well, before that incident back on the other ship, Thomas would have been sure that he could feed himself given a fishing rod, but no.
Well, won't it be... But how much will it be without food?
It would be 7 gold pieces if you aren't going to eat anything aboard the ship.
I mean, that's particularly cheap if we just buy food.
Yeah.
Is food, readily available in Newport?
Sure, you could, buy, food, within the city of Newport if you're seeking it. I mean, the consequence here is that, instead of having the ships cook for you, you'd be eating something like rations, which, I mean, if you want to eat rations.
At least Thomas thinks that it's never a good idea to imply that a ship's cook is bad, because the entire crew is going to hate you, I think.
Yeah. Leon's going to happily pay off.
3 days of rations equates to 1 gold piece and 5 silver pieces. So you're basically paying an extra 5 silver piece premium for the ship's cook feeding you instead of eating rations.
That sounds okay.
Sure.
I'll buy some more food before we leave, though. I should remember that.
Okay.
Yeah, I do that as well.
I already have a ton of rations.
So,
how many silver? 10 silver to 1 gold ring?
It's 10 silver to 1 gold, yes. And each day of rations costs 5 silver pieces.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Does Dwohurim have his pony with him?
Yes.
The captain will look at Dwohurim, and then the pony, and then frown.
He's allowed to do that. Dwohurim will, if he really needs it, he can pay a gold piece for the pony as well.
The captain will accept it, and he'll say, "Oh, so long as you take care of the pony, and it doesn't eat anything like other passengers."
No, it's not that well trained yet.
Alright. Yeah, won't be any trouble for you folks. Captain Cullimore welcomes you aboard the Golden Falcon. One of the crew explains the rules to you and shows you to your rooms. The Golden Falcon clearly specializes in both passengers and mail, and the pony can stay in the cargo hold. Though you all note you're the only travelers for this voyage. Must not be that many people who want to go to Drakkenhall.
Probably not.
I wonder why.
What else is he taking?
Passengers and mail.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
It's a pinnace. It's not a small. It's not a large vessel.
It's a small ship.
Yes. Within a half hour, the crew leave port, making room for another vessel to dock at the City of Opportunity. The strong southern wind gives the vessel great speed, and the pinnace begins gliding across the Midland Sea. Hell, one of the crew exclaims, this keeps up, we'll make it in 2 days. You can go ahead and put yourselves on the water map with the boat. This is not indicative of all of the people aboard the vessel, but there's only so many copies of tokens that I want to slap down. Put yourselves wherever you want.
Is Thomas can be fishing?
Yes, he'll try.
Very well. I will
not give up.
I will be here watching the fishing.
Why don't you, let's see, I think it was 1d20 plus intelligence. Was it that I think it
was Dex last time.
It was Dex, okay. The 1d20 plus Dex plus level.
Isn't Dex
I'm
more
level
like
4
5
now, so clearly I'm better, right? That's not terrible.
Alright. Alright, the problem here, and Thomas learns this as well, is that he's not able to catch anything because this ship is moving too fast.
Can you slow down, please?
They just said they're making great time.
Just attach the fishing rod to the back and it will work.
The crew chuckle at you being silly, because that's what they think you're being silly. They have no intentions on lowering the sail so that the ship travels slower. But Thomas thinks he has the idea down. It's just the fact that the ship is traveling way too fast.
Yeah, that must be it.
Yes. You folks are free to handle whatever roleplay that you would like to do. If you wish to engage in any in-character interaction or not in-character interaction.
Sherm just sits there, like black lines sort of under his eyes, the hood pulled down, grumpily, sort of waving back in the sickly motion of the ship, the waves, sort of taking a swig from a bottle now and then.
Yeah, so if any of your characters are not, get nauseous easily, since of vertigo, this ship is blitzing across the waves.
Yeah, Fargus is kind of in the same mood he was last time on the ship. He sort of spends his time with himself and just is a bit confused all the time.
Let me correct my position on the ship.
Fantastic.
There's no point talking to those two grumpy people and the two Farguses.
I didn't realize that Asthma had added a Fargus to it. I was like, I can't see it. I guess I'll slap it down. Oh, there it is.
I just added it.
You bastard. I'm like, I didn't see it there. Let me go fucking copy it then. Ta-da!
That our Druid stayed over for quite long.
Yes, I hope Thomas ignores Leon's seasickness.
As long as you point yourself in the right direction and not into the wind, every time.
Do it right next to him.
Well, it's bait for the fishes, right?
There you go.
So, after a day passing and into the night, this is just to summarize this, whenever Fargus ends up waking up in his room, he actually finds a letter attached to the outside of the window of the ship. His window.
This can't be good. Well, Fargus grabs it and
yes, figuring out how to do it. It is actually written in the secret language of Druids, that which must never be taught to outsiders under penalty of death.
Oh.
Well. And that link, I believe, should suffice for you.
Right.
Fantastic. While you're reading that...
Druids are always so polite of the whole, death thing. They do it a lot.
The incredibly favorable wind continues throughout the first day. However, by the afternoon of the second day, the weather takes a perilous turn. It begins with ominous shadows on the horizon, a plague of gray clouds stampeding westward through the Koru Straits. Captain Cullimore curses, "Damn if I don't hate this part of the circuit every time."
Well, surely the sailors know what to do if they run into this more often.
This is not
ties himself to the mast, looking glumly around everyone.
A look and sense of dread goes over Leon seeing the clouds approach.
Yes. It's not that familiar of a thing, and the captain will explain it calmly to you, his passengers, because you're his only passengers, as the hours pass, because there's no escaping it, especially with how the winds have shifted. Every passing hour has the clouds getting closer to you, and the Golden Falcon doesn't have the speed to escape. In the setting rays of the sun, you can see the curtain of rain and lightning approaching your tiny vessel aboard the once peaceful Midland Sea. Few prepared for it, Cullimore says. Seldom do storms hit here in the Midland Sea. Most crews never experienced a thing like that at all. You're in good hands. That being said, as the crew are frantically lashing everything loose to the deck, furling up the sails and making final preparations, anyone who wishes to pass the storm below deck, move now before the doors are sealed. What do you do?
Thomas will ask if perhaps he could lend a hand to these sailors.
You could attempt to do so. What does Thomas know about furling up sails or lashing things to the deck? Anything about ship rigging?
Not too much in that direction, but certainly a strong dude like Thomas can find some sort of work that works for him.
Alright, 1d20 plus strength modifier plus level.
Alright, let's fall into the ocean, never to be seen again.
You secure Dwohurim Harsca's bonds.
Good.
Well, Grimith actually wanted to go below deck. So he'll firmly ask Thomas to undo whatever he just did. Or he will simply burn this robe over, and that would be a shame, wouldn't it?
There you go. You unbound Dwohurim.
He's gonna go down and try to keep his pony calm.
Yeah.
And the pony is very frantic, being completely unfamiliar with this shit.
Now, would Fargus feel more at home in the storm than at the calm seas?
The problem with this is that whereas you're completely neutered here in the Midland Sea because of the fact that the Dragon Emperor's ritual, the Iron Sea has the same effect on you. It's too angry for you to channel anything from. So what you feel from nature is just a maelstrom of hate and fury and unrelenting, seething agony.
Well, that sounds unpleasant, so Fargus will go...
Thomas, you're the only one on deck.
Well, considering that Thomas's work, in quotation marks, seems a bit superfluous / completely pointless, you might as well just go below deck and let
you
the
can shout at
professionals do
people,
their
right?
job. I mean,
you're good at.
There's a
Like,
cannon for
get out of the
sailors,
water,
but-
and he like hops up back on the ship.
I don't think the sailors would really appreciate that.
Profession, your bartender, to do a motivational speech.
Oops, looks like we lost a passenger, guys. There'd be no one around to witness it. Can't explain
That's the
it.
situation.
So how's
So
good?
you see like the hail of coins falling after him.
Alright, all four of you head below deck. The storm sweeps over the pinnace, a brutal taste of the Iron Sea's wrath. The sailing ship has become the plaything of the gods. The vessel is pitched for hours, your bodies hurled with every shock. Dwohurim, why don't you give me an animal handling sort of skill check to keep your pony calm?
Sure. Well, I mean, this is not the first pony humans had. He's been a frontier prospector for quite some time, and certainly you need many work animals there.
I agree with that,
Be that,
using your
like,
charisma modifier and level.
Sure.
Well, Dwohurim will have more things to be grim about. Thankfully, the pony is small, but it does have occasion to basically, like, attempt to, like, bulldoze him over, like, step on him with its hooves. Basically roughhouse Dwohurim in its frantic panic.
Seeing this, Fargus will try to step in to calm the pony with Druidic magic.
Alright.
Yep.
You can do that. Okay. Druidic magic manages to calm down the pony.
He sort of just stands right by it and hums and sort of tries to calm it down, so stroking it and yeah.
Anyone got earplugs?
The pony is, the pony is soothed.
You hear a nod from Dwohurim, who then sort of pats the pony's head.
Okay. Time passes slowly for your characters, but thankfully we at the table can travel narratively until the wee hours of the morning. When basically after 8 hours, the tempest ebbs and the rain subsides. Finally, peace.
Back to the unnatural stillness of the water.
Yes.
You know, Leon's just going to stay in his room. He's just not going to get out of bed. Now, just given up. After that storm.
Well, I heard that right after a storm is the best time to go fishing.
You should go.
Fargus will go up on deck as well. So.
Exhausted, but stays with the pony for now.
It's clear, when you get on top of the deck, that the vessel has sustained some damage, but no one appears to have died, and per Captain Colimore's words, you'll still make it to Drakkenhall by afternoon. Hurrah!
Well, that's good news. So far, I guess you just sort of sit up on deck and do nothing really.
Like a nod off in exhaustion, I imagine.
Yep.
Didn't really sleep that well. What happened last night? Oh, bed was rocking and all kinds of action.
Yeah. Is it very sunny outside? Or is
It's
like...
4 in the morning.
Ah, well. Fargus will sort of fall asleep sitting against the railing.
The crew is ragged this third day, fatigue lining their eyes, their hands trembling from the exhaustion of holding the ship together. Captain Collimore ends up doing nothing but assisting, and he repeats platitudes like, "Few prepared for it, seldom do storms hit here in the Midland Sea, most crews never experienced a thing like that at all. Few prepare for it, seldom do storms hit here in the Midland Sea. Most crews never experienced a thing like that at all. Few prepare for it. Seldom do storms." Yes.
Anyone got those earplugs?
Show me your wares. Goodbye.
What are you buying? What are you selling? What are you buying? What are you selling? Eventually, you see the formation of land to the north. The flinty gleam of disjointed buildings. A rough collection of independent settlements jammed together on ruins. The looming metropolis of Drakkenhall, once the proud trade city of High Rock, now the ominous city of monsters. The magnificent Spire of the Blue looms far ahead. Aw, it's adorable. The harbor contains wreckage, derelict vessels left for purposes unknown. A repulsive smell hits your nostrils, emanating from the sewer output tunnels. The streets ahead are frenetic with life struggles as people scurry about their business. On the bright side, No snow accumulation here. Maybe the red melts it all. The crew is slowly guiding the somewhat damaged vessel into the harbor right now. You'll have a few minutes before it docks.
Sure, we'll look to the others and ask them what name they will be going by in this city.
Well, nothing too fancy. You know, Peter or Carl. I think I'll stick with Peter. That's easier to remember. Don't need a last name, do we?
Perhaps not, just something that you can be called. This might not be a city where people insist on last names. Maybe it is, though. He hasn't really been here, but it's good if we exchange fake names.
Golden Falcon manages to dock up. You can transfer yourselves to the Drakkenhall map. Where the captain will wish you a farewell of sorts as you disembark. But he is distracted by his ship right now, and does not really exchange much in the way of pleasantries. You'll basically be like around this point starting off.
Well, Thomas will hand the captain like 2 gold pieces. That's like a donation.
Alright, well, he won't refuse the gold pieces. Presuming you individuals will choose to step off the Golden Falcon.
Yep.
We refuse to move.
You could elect that course as well. It's up to you.
It's our ship now.
We go back to Foghaven.
By all means, folks.
Oh, no. No.
All right.
Not that place.
Yes. The precincts near the docks are lively, raucous, densely populated with itinerant sailors and outcasts. All manners of... It's a cacophonous orgy. Like this mishmash of maleficent sounds clanging against your eardrums. Through the teeming masses of individuals as they scurry about their lives, uncaring from your presence, one individual does step out and begin walking towards the Golden Falcon. And I will go ahead and display him. This creature resembles a humanoid copper dragon. He's an imposing span of scales, 6'10", over 2 meters, with thick cords of muscle beneath a scaly hide. His clothes are threadbare, a light chain shirt with damaged links, a drab gray cloak with numerous patches, and brown leggings with several dark stains. His hands, talon-like claws, linger close to the daggers upon his belt, but it is noted that he's also carrying a rolled-up scroll, basically a bit of parchment. He's scanning over you as well as the ship as he slowly glides in your direction. But he is quite some distance away, maybe 30 feet or so. 10 meters.
Sure. Just ride on the pony. Probably both him and the pony looking haggard from the journey.
Indeed.
Not entirely clean. Haven't really had a bath since we went off off from Newport. Beard grown out a little bit. Feather cloak hanging heavily around him. He looks like a really brooding salt right now.
No, Thomas will suspiciously eye the incoming creature, his hand also hovering very close to his weapon, while he tries to just look, as if he doesn't see him coming. Probably not very good at that, though.
Make a dozen see him coming. Alright. Anything else from anyone else?
Fargus just looks in his direction, I guess.
All right.
He's not the... Yeah.
Leon is just looking at other things around, you know, how many other ships are in port, you know, is there much other traffic?
Just
Taking in the area.
All right. The dragonkin comes to a stop, squinting his eyes at the vessel, and then turns to look over you, and, you know, Dwohurim's moseying along his pony, and calls out, "Is one of you a Leon Demnera traveling aboard the Golden Falcon? I have a message for his order. From his order."
Yes.
Leon, we did agree on fake names. Whatever.
The dragonkin, at your acknowledgement, will lock eyes with you. Hard green knobs, and glide across the ground towards Leon. And extend to you a rolled up bit of parchment, the one that he was carrying.
He will take it and nod.
And this, presuming that that's the correct thing, is for you.
I shall have a look at it.
Also, Grimith, does Fargus recognize the name in the letter he got?
That would be a name that he would somewhat know as a powerful druid who operates within this region.
Alright. Now, Fargus doesn't have any idea where such a man would be located in the city, right?
No, never had cause to be in Drakkenhall. Although, you know, he was from near here originally. Not too near, but, no. He, you'd have a hard enough time finding anyone, even the fucking blue here.
Yeah.
The dragonkin will, stand, stiffly, waiting patiently for, Leon to finish reading the letter.
Thomas will do the same thing.
Yep.
Everyone just looks at Leon.
Do, 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 do.
Yeah, you can play elevator music. You're humming to the you can hum to the pony.
Do 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 do.
Leon, after reading it, noting, will look to him. Well, this was not quite what I expected when I heard I would be getting a message, but very well. Thank you.
The dragonkin will slightly nod at Leon.
Well, where in Drakkenhall do you take residence? Or could we easily find you? It would be easier.
The creature says, "You are all newcomers to the Blue City, yes?"
Nods.
"I don't think you would have an easy time of finding me anywhere."
I suppose that is true.
Perhaps I could be of assistance to you, as a guide of some sort? Or shall you be making your own way, sweets?
Looks to the others. Well, based on what I've got here, it definitely seems. Though, if you want some help finding our way around the city, we certainly have one here. Out of curiosity, do I recognise the name on the letter or not?
You would know the name in passing, not someone that you've directly reported to before. Perhaps, your exploits have gained the attention of someone more powerful.
That's both a good and scary thing.
I was under the impression that there was nobody in the city that we could trust at all, and also that nobody would hopefully know that we are coming.
Well, apparently, people managed to find out quite quickly. My order, most notably, has, and well, it seems that we have help here if we require.
Do you know where I can find a man called Feral the Everliving, perhaps?
Did my Java just freeze?
Maybe.
I lost control of my mouse wheel. I feel as if my Java just froze.
Ah.
Alright, Java. You're very bad, Java.